Oh, let's see if it's ready to go yet. Decide who can play in different positions, etc. Alrighty, guys. Well, let me bring this over so maybe you guys can hear me a little better. You guys here? Anybody there? Hello, hello, hello. Alrighty, so we're going to be doing our third period action here between the Rangers and the Blackhawks. This time, instead of using dice, we're going to be using our new fast action deck that I created for our game. So, I'm just busy shuffling this up, making sure everything is nice and shuffled, and there we go. So we'll just take a little bit of this, and a little bit of this, and this. Shuffle it up a little bit more. Shuffle here, shuffle there. I've been shuffling for a few minutes, so should be pretty much shuffled up, but just in case, we're going to shuffle a little bit more. Alrighty. Let's turn it around the other way. Alrighty, so where is it going to be a good spot? Probably, unfortunately for you guys, it's probably going to be over here. We're off camera because I don't have enough room to put it out here in front. So you'll just have to trust me when we do it. All right. So the basic premise behind the little fast action card is you're going to get numbers down here, which is going to give you a random number on the side for each of the different for the matchup tests. So in this case, we look at the third random number for the visitors. We look for the fifth random number for the home team. That'll give us our matchup, whether it's a tie and who wins it by how many. And then it'll give us our play result on that as well. And then if we need a shot, we would flip up the next one for either the home or the visitors. And there's a random number here for D6 or D20. And that's pretty much it right now. So that's our fast action deck in kind of an overview. So I wanted to see how fast it went with the fast action deck. So I got to try to remember to flip up fast action cards, and I got to remember to flip over this card. All right, so we have a 5-minute penalty, 5-minute major on Ron Duguay. And he's in the box for another 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So it's 3-3 is your score. No one has momentum, but the Blackhawks do have the power play advantage. Alrighty, so I'm going to cut this one more time for you guys. Boom, you can see I cut that. I have no idea where anything is in the deck, and we are ready to go. So it's going to be line 1, line defensive pair 1, line 1 with no center, and then you know what? We're going to bring out the third line in the third pair. Well, let's get these guys a shift right off the bat. All right, here we go. So we got to spin this around so when I flip it up, easier for me to read it. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to look at 1 and 5. We flip it up. 1 is going to be 1 for the visitors. 5 is going to be 5 for the home team. So the Blackhawks are going to win by 5. And when they win by 5, they're going to get shot B, and it's going to go to, and I'm going to flip up the random D6. Random D6 is a 4, which is going to be left defenseman. Oh, I don't need my dice, do I? So that's the left defenseman, Bob Murray, is going to take a shot B. He is a 2, and he is the home team. Home team random number is a 6, so he's going to miss. Is it a save by the goalie? It would be a visitor team. 12. Nope. It's wide of the net. And 20 seconds off the clock. It's going to take me a little while to get used to the fast action cards. Next play. 4 and a 1. Visitors got a 3. The home team got a 1 plus this, which means the visitors win by 1, which is going to be a shot C, actually. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go to 1, which is going to be Steve Vickers. So Steve Vickers is going to take a shot C. He is a 1. Random number for them is 11. So it's not a goal. Is it a save? It is a save by the goalie. Under 20 seconds. Oops, 20 seconds off the clock. And the next pull is going to be 1 and a 4, which is going to give a 2 and a 5. So the home team is going to win by 3 plus 1 is 4. So they're going to win by 4. And they're going to get a shot C. Who's it going to get? It's going to go to 6, which is going to be their choice. Shot C is going to go to Stan Mikita. He is a 3 plus 2 for the power play. Takes him to a 5. Home shot is a 13. Visitor is a 12. It's going to be a missed shot on net. And the missed shot is going to end up 13. Just deflected wide of the net. Another 20 seconds off the clock. Flipping cards. So next card is going to be 4 and a 3. So 4 is a 5 for the visitors. A 3 is a 5 for the home team. They got a +1 because of that, so they're at a +1. +1 is going to be a play stoppage. And that's good because that's another minute off the clock. So play stoppage, we can put some new lines out here now. Fourth liner, second defensive pair. They'll put the second liners in that. Obviously, they will be using the centerman because they're on the penalty kill right now. 18:40 to go. I'm wondering if maybe... Hold on, everyone. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. We're gonna move the camera over maybe to this side. Maybe if I move it over to this side. All right. Let's see here. Can you see the? All right, so now you can kind of, maybe a little bit, have to tip it up just a little bit so you guys can see the fast action deck over here. Maybe a little bit down. There you go, so you can kind of see. All right, so 1840 face off, and we look, and what I do is I just look at these bottom numbers. I'm going to look at number 1 and number 5. So I flip up the next one. Number 1 is going to be a 1. Number 5 is going to be a 4. So it's 4 versus 1. Plus 1 for that. So it's going to be 5 versus 1. So the home team's going to win by 4. Oops. And then we just simply look at the +4 winner, and it says no action. So 20 seconds off the clock. Look at these numbers. It's a 3 and a 2. 3 is a 4. 2 is a 3. So it's going to be a 4 to 4. So it's going to be a tie. And it's going to be a hard play, plus 1d6. So we're going to look, and it's going to go up 5 points. Hard play out there. Random number is a 5. There we go. 20 seconds off the clock. We're going to get 2 and 4. 2 is a 5. 4 is a 2. Plus 1 is a 3. So the visitors win by 2. And they're going to get, they're on the penalty kill, so it's going to be icing the puck. 20 seconds off the clock. Since they iced the puck, now is a great time to bring in a new line. And they're going to bring in second line, first pair. obviously, except for the guy that's on the penalty. And they're going to bring back out their number 1s. And so we're looking at 5 and 1. That's a 6 and a 6 plus 1. So Chicago wins by 1. And they get a shot A. Shot A. And it's going to go to Bob Murray. Bob Murray is a shot A of 4 plus 2 for being on the power play. So that is a 6. And the home team rolled an 18. Is it a save? It's a 5. That'll be a save by Thomas. What kind of save is it? We'll get the random number. It is a 12. That is going to be blockered away. So another 20 seconds off the clock. And we look at 5 and 4. 5 is a 5. 4 is a 5. Plus 1 is a 6. So they're going to win by 1. And in this case, they're going to get a odd man rush. Oh, no, I'm sorry, power play. They're going to get a shot A. Shot A, who's it going to go to? It's going to go to the centerman. That's Stan Mikita. And A, he's a 6 plus 2 for being on the power play is an 8. Home team. Oh, we rolled a 19. Is it a save? And the visiting team is a 20, so nope, missed the net. What kind of shot is it that missed the net? A 1. And that's going to be off the post and out of play. And that's going to be a good time to make changes again. They're going to bring back out their third lines again. We have a face-off coming up. And so we're going to look at 6 and 4. 6 is a 4. 4 is a 5. So 4 to 5 plus 1 is 4 to 6. So it's a plus 2. Plus 2 winner is power play is going to get a shot on goal B. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go to the centerman. That's Ivan Baldarev. He is a 4. Plus 2 for being on the power play is 6. And the home shot is a 16. So is it a save? For Thomas, it'll be less than 10. He rolled a 14, so it's no save. Just missed the net. What's the result of missing the net? It's going to be off defensive leg. 20 seconds off the clock. We're going to look at 1 and 6. That's a 2 versus a 2 plus 1. So they win by 1. That is a shot C. Who's going to get the shot? It's going to be the right wing this time. That's Grant Mulvey. Grant Mulvey is a 2 plus 2 for being on the power play is a 4. And oh, he got a 1. It's on net. And Wayne Thomas needs to have an 11 or less, or this is in. It is a 4. Big save there by Wayne Thomas. He is going to save it. In fact, that's going to be an easy save. And an 18 on an even save says 6 stick save to the boards. Another 20 seconds off the clock. And there's 1 minute left to go in this penalty. And let's see who's going to win. It's a 6 and a 5. So 6 is a 4. 5 is a 3. Plus 1 is a 4. So it's a tie. Offsides, play stoppage. 20 seconds off the clock. And that's going to be a great time for another line change. They're going to bring in their fourth line and their first defensive pair. They're going to bring out their number 1s and number 1s again. 16 minutes to go. Oh, I kind of like this fast action deck. This is the first version of it, so I can always, adjust things. I already see something that I might want to adjust a little bit on it to make it a little easier. Here we go. So, face off. We're going to look at 2 and 1. 2 is a 3, 1 is a 4. 4 plus 1 is 5 to 3, so they win by 2. 2 is going to be no action. And there is 1 play left in this penalty. And next card is going to be a 4 and a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a 3. 1, 2, 3 is a 4. So 3 versus 5, so plus 2. And that's going to be a shot A. Who's going to take the shot? It's going to be the right defenseman, Mike O'Connell. It was a shot. What did I say it was? Shot A. O'Connell is a 2, plus 2 for being on the power play is a 4. That is a 3 for the home team. It is on goal. Wayne Thomas needs a 10 or less. It's a 13, and that is goal. And that is just before the power play was going to expire. 440, and I'll just flip up another card for a random time. Random D20 is a 5. So it's going to be 430. Flip up this card. 425 of the third period. And that is going to be a goal. So we need to flip up this. So the home team puts it ahead. They're up 4-3 now. Now we need some assists. So it was Mike O'Connell from the point, or from the, well, we'll say the high slots. So let's see who's assisting on this. A 5, which is his position. So that is no assist. And another 5. So it's going to be an unassisted shot by Mike O'Connell, as we had 2. How many facts in your deck? ID shuffle every period or more often? I would shuffle every period. I have 180 cards in my fast action deck because I have 3 copies of the fast action deck. So it is a goal by Mike O'Connell, unassisted. He must have stolen the puck. Came right in on Wayne Thomas and rifted it. He lifted it over his shoulder for a score, and that puts the Blackhawks in front 4-3. So the penalty is now over, and I'll get rid of that. All right. So they're going to finally get a chance to put out their number 1 line. They're going to put out their number 2s. And we're going to have a face-off. So again, you just look at the bottom number, 5. You're going to look at the next card you flip up, the fifth number down. This will be 4. You're going to look at the 4th number down. And you're going to just compare these 2 numbers. So 5th number down for the visitors is a 2. The 4th number down, 1, 2, 3, 4, is a 1. So 2-1, and there's no adjustments at this time. So it's going to be the visitors are going to win by 1. Visitor win by 1. There's no action. So no action there. And we're going to look at 3 and 2 now. 3 is going to be a 4. 2 is a 1. So visitors are going to win by 3. Plus 3 is going to be a shot A. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go to number 1, which is Pat Hickey. As an A, he's a 5. Look at the visitor D20. It's an 18, so it's not a goal. Is it a save? It's a 9. It'll be a save. What kind of save will it be? We look at the random number. That is a 10. And it's going to be saved and then picked up by defensive team. So easy there. Seems to improve the flow even more. I like it. It just keeps things going because you just flip up the cards. The face-off modifications work with the facts is a good question because the face-off modifications would actually adjust where it's going to be on the chart, which would make these fast action cards really big. So what I'm going to change how face-offs work. So right now I'm not using face-offs, but just to give you a broad overview, whenever you have a face-off opportunity, right, you're going to compare the face-offs. So in this case, it's Ivan Baldarev versus Phil Esposito. And then you're going to compare the ratings. So Esposito is a +1, Baldarev is a +1. So in this case, it would be a tie, so there wouldn't be an adjustment. Let's say Ulf Nilsson is out, though. Ulf Nilsson is a 0, and Ivan Baldarev is a +1. So that would give Chicago the advantage, which means since Chicago has the advantage, if they win the face-off, then they add +2 to whatever they're going to add +1 to to whatever their rating is. So if they win 3-2 because they won the face-off and they had a higher rating, they would win 4-2. So that's kind of my first thought on how that's going to affect the fast action cards. And I'm thinking about changing the way face-offs work because they're kind of hard to get them into play and make them adjust the play. So we'll have to. Well, I'm still debating. So right now I'm just not going to use them. So 15 minutes to go. That's a great question though, Mr. Mulby. So let's continue the action here. I think we have a face-off coming, right? They switched to the 2s, and they switched to 2s. All right, so we're going to 6 and 2. 6 is a 3, 2 is a 6. So 3 versus 6 is a +3 for the home team. +3 is going to be no action unless they were on the power play. They're not, so no action. Put that up. And then we're going to look at 2 and 3. 2 is a 6. 3 is a 6. So 6-6 is a tie. And if the home team has a big hitter on the ice, they gain momentum. And Ted Boley does have the big hitter quality. So they will earn momentum back now as a big hit by Ted Boley. And another 20 seconds off the clock. And that's going to be a line change. 3 and 3. 3 and 3. And we're going to look at 3 and 5. So 3 is a 6. 5 is a 3. +1 is a 4. So 6-4. That's a +2 for the visitors. That's going to be a shot B. Who's going to take the shot? It's going to be number 1. That is Steve Vickers. He is a 2 on the B shot. And, oops. He is a 2 on visitor shot. It's a 13. Is it a save? It is a 1. So it is going to be a save by the goalie. In fact, it's going to be an easy save, which is going to result in a blockered away. And 20 seconds off the clock. Okay, 5 and 4. 2 and a 1. +1 is a 2. So 2-2 is a tie. Offsides, play stoppage. And that will do that. So they're going to bring out their 4th line, 2nd pair. They're going to do 2nd pair first. And we can move that up. There we go. So it's a 3 and a 2. 5 and a 5. +1. So the Blackhawks win by 1. They get a shot C. It's going to be the left defenseman, Phil Russell. He's going to miss the shot. And he's going to miss the net, which results in a shot off a defensive leg. 20 seconds off the clock. Come here, you. Thank you. And we're going to look at 1 and 6. So 1 is a 1, 6 is a 5. That's a +4, +5. So we're going to win by 5. That's going to be no action unless they're on the power play. Well, they're not. So 20 seconds off the clock. 3 and a 2. 3 is a 2. 2 is a 4. +1 is 5. So it's 2-5. So +3 for the home team. Dominating play, they would get momentum, which they already have. Another minute off the clock. We're going to put out their number 1 line. They're going to put out their number 1 line. And we're going to continue. How do you know if it's an easy save or a hard one? The goalies have easy and hard saves. So the goalies now have these split ratings. So if you look at John Davison's shot A, if it's a 1-5, it's an easy save. 6, 7, 8, 9 would be a tough save. For B, 1-8 would be an easy save. 9, 10, 11 would be a tough save. So goalies now have split ratings for easy save and tough saves. All right, so where were we? We're making a play, right? Yep, 5 and a 6. 5 and a 6 is a 4 and a 1. +1 is 2, so 4-2. So the Rangers are going to win by 2, and that is a no action. We'll get 2 and a 3. 2 is a 1. 3 is a 5. They're going to win by 5. That's a shot B. Shot B to who? That's going to be to their choice. That's going to be John Marks. He's a 4. Oh, 6. So that is going to be a miss. That's actually going to be, since he's a 4 and he rolled a 6, that's 2 higher. So he's going to get a save and a rebound opportunity. So rebound, we're going to have to roll on the rebound check. Look at the random number. Rebound check says 16, and it deflects to the offensive left wing for a rebound check. So that's going to be John Marks is going to get a rebound shot. He is a 5. Another one in. 17 is a goal. So John Marks takes a shot. It's a save. Scoops up the rebound and flips it in for a goal. And just like that, it is 5-3. And all of a sudden, the Blackhawks have come alive here. And now we need some assists. Assists are going to go to number 4, which is Bob Murray. And number 6, which would be the highest assist-rated player on the ice that doesn't already have an assist. So he's already got an assist. He's already got the goal. It's going to be Stan Mikita with 36 assists. So it's going to be John Marks from Bob Murray and Stan Mikita. And just like that, it's 5-3. And we're going to change lines. And we need the time of this goal was at 7:40 and 10 seconds. Add 10 seconds to that, so it's going to be 7:50 of the second period. And so now the Rangers are down by 2 goals with 12 minutes to go. So they're going to play aggressively. They're going to play +1 aggressively, which gives, a +1 to all the dice rolls, which is going to adjust where what actual play would be. Yes, I will have to think about that. Because that will adjust. Instead of getting this, they would get something else. I could put another line down here. Aggressive +1, aggressive +2. Make the card a little bit bigger. I mean, that's a possibility. There's lots to do. All right, so they're going to play aggressively. So here we go. 12 minutes to go. Down 2. And we're going to have a face-off. And we're going to look at 6 and 2. 6 is a 2. 2 is a 5. So they're going to win by 4. +4 is going to be no action, though. Oops, clear that out. No action. A 6 and a 5. A 6 is going to be a 6. A 5 is going to be a 1. +1 is 2. So the visitors are going to win by 4. But it's a no action result. And we're going to look at 1, which is a 6. And 3, which is a 5. +1 is 6. So 6 is a tie. Penalty, ? Home team. Who's the penalty going to check on? It's going to be on number 1, which is going to be the left wing. He's a 5 plus, I believe we had a few on there. And he also has a major of 10, Ted Bowie. And we roll a random number. It's going to be a major penalty. And the Blackhawks are 3D. So a 7 is going to be a boarding. Oh boy, it's a boarding ball. So they lose the momentum token because they took a penalty. And I do have to adjust my penalty charts, which I haven't done yet. Because even if you roll a major penalty, there's going to be a chance when you roll a major penalty, it's going to be a possibility of a major penalty. It's not going to be an automatic. Right now it's an automatic, which makes a lot of major penalties. So, all right. So, here's my little marker. So Ted Boy is going to be in the box until 6:20. And now the Blackhawks need to kill a 5-4 major penalty. And they're going to bring out their best shooters. And for the Blackhawks, they're going to bring out Darcy Rhoda, Dangle, Bob Murray, and Doug Wilson. All right, so that's going to be their defensive lineup for now, anyways. All right, so we got a face-off, and all of a sudden the Rangers are going to be up a point. So we're going to look at 5 and 1. 5 is a 6, plus 1 is a 7. 1 is a 6, so they're only going to win by 1, which means it's a no action. So no action. We look at 5 and a 4, which is a 6 versus a 2. Plus 1 is 7 versus 2, so that's a plus 5. And that is going to be possible penalty on their opponent, and they're going to get a shot A. Oh boy, possible penalty. We got to look at the penalty. Who's possible penalty? It's going to be 5, which is going to be Doug Wilson. He is a 3 with a 20 on a major. It is only a 9, so it's not a penalty. So no penalty as Doug Wilson was hooking or whatever. But they are going to get a shot A. Who's going to take the shot? It's going to be 4. That's going to be Mike McEwen. And he's a 5, plus 2 for being on the power play. He's a 7. It's a 3. It's on goal. Now, Tony Esposito needs a 10 or less, and it's a 19. It's a goal. So another goal at the 9:17 mark of the first period. We can flip that up, and just like that, it is a 5-4 ball game. And that is going to be Mike McEwen. And who's going to get the assist? It's going to be go to Pat Hickey and the centerman, Phil Esposito. So Mike McEwen from Pat Hickey and Phil Esposito. And just like that, it is now a 5-4 ball game. Plenty of time left in this one. Plenty of time left in this one. And we can move those up. And let's switch players here. Let's just go 1 and 1 and no centerman, obviously, because they still have a major penalty to kill off. All right, so it is up to face-off time here. I'm looking at 6 and a 2. 6 is a 3. 2 is a 2. 3 plus 1 is 4. So they win by 2, which is no action. No action. And then a 3 and a 2, which is a 3 and a 3 plus 1. So they're going to win by 1. And that is going to be a play stoppage. A play stoppage. 40 seconds off the clock. They're going to bring these guys in and these guys in. They're going to bring in them. And we got another face-off here. 6 and a 4. It's a 2 versus a 6. 3 versus 6. So the penalty killers are going to win by 3, but that is a no action. 2 versus 2. And +1, so they're going to win by 1, which is still no action. And a 6, which is a 6. And a 5, which is a 6. So 6 and 6. +1, so they're going to win by 1. And that is going to be no action. So a whole minute, no action. They're going to bring their number 1s out. They're going to switch back over. And we can keep going. He doesn't come back until the 6:20 mark. So power play. 5, which is a 6. 6, which is a 1. Oh my gosh, they're going to win by 5. Possible penalty on their opponent. And there's shot A again. So possible penalty of... Who's it on? 3, which is the right wing. Cliff Corral. He's only a 2. Random numbers of 19, so it's no penalty. Now we got to find out who's taking the shot A. It is a 4, which is going to be Mike McEwen again. He just got a goal. He's a 4. I'm sorry, he's a 5 +2 for being on the penalty. He's a 7. And it's a 2. It's on goal. And McEwen or Tony Esposito needs to make a save. 1 to 10. It's a 14. It's another goal. 2 goals erased here in just a couple minutes of play. And major penalty has really cost the Blackhawks. It is now a 5-5 ball game. And who got the assists on Mike McEwen? Back-to-back goals. Assist goes to Ron Gerstenauer and right wing Anders Hedberg. So Mike McEwen with 2 goals. All right. So it's now a 5-5 ball game, and that would flip over the card, and we're down to 8:40 to go. Tie ball game, and he's still got more time in the box as they've scored 2 goals on this major power penalty. So here we go. We'll bring in 4 and 2. We got to change lines, don't we? All right, here we go. So we're going to look at 6 and 5. 6 is a 6. 5 is a 5. +1 is a win by 2, and that is going to be a shot C for the centerman. That's Ulf Nilsson. He's a 3. He rolls a 4. So that means it's going to be tipped in front. Who's going to tip by? It's going to be the left wing. Dean Telefus is tipping it. He's going to get an A, which is a 4 +2 is a 6. He's a 6, but he rolled a 20. So that's going to miss, and it's going to be a missed shot, actually. So what's going to happen with the missed shot? It's going to go to sliding defender blocks the shot. All right, so, 20 seconds off the clock. 3 is a 2, 6 is a 1. So 2, 1. So they're going to win by 2, which is no action. And a 4, which is a 5. And a 1, which is a 4. It's going to win by 2 again, no action. And it's going to be a, we're going to get 4, which is a 6, and a 1, which is a 3. So they're going to win by 4, which is no action again. So a whole another minute goes by, nothing going on. And 7:20 to go. So 1 more minute in the major penalty. 5 versus 5 +1. So they're going to win by 1. That's a no action. And now it's a 5 to 6. It's a 1 versus a 2. So it's going to be a 2 to 2. So it's going to be a tie. Hard play is going to go up by 3 points. So hard play goes up by 3. And a 3 is a 3. And a 5 is a 3. So So they're going to win by 1, which is no action. And there's going to be one more power play opportunity here. As it's going to be 3, which is a 3-2, which is a 4. But they get the +1, so it's going to be a tie. Penalty on the home team check again. Good Lord. It hasn't been going well for the Blackhawks. And who's it going to be on? It's going to be on 6, which we've changed now. Instead of to be choice, it used to be choose your player. It's now the highest rated player that's on the ice. And he's a 1. He is a 3. So it's going to be Reg Kerr. And he is the home team. And it's no penalty. So that's going to do it for the major. And we're back to 5-on-5 action. And they're going to go 2-2-1-1. Here we go. 4. Oops, they don't have that anymore. 4 versus a 6. So the Blackhawks win by 2. They're going to get a shot C. Who's going to take it? It's going to be the left wing, John Marks. He's a 3. And he rolled a 6. So no goal. Was it a save? 16. No, it's going to be a missed shot. Missed shot of 6 is nothing. Next play. 3 versus a 1. So Rangers are going to win by 2. But that is no action. And a 1 versus a 5. So the Blackhawks are going to win by 4, but that is no action. Another minute off the clock. 2-2, 3-1. A 3 and a 1. So the Rangers are going to win by 2. As a no action. 4 is a 2, and a 4 is a 2. So this is going to be a tie. If the home team has a big hitter, they do. They have Ted Bowie back out. And so they will win the momentum token back. So Ted Bowie, even though he took the penalty, he's been hitting them and giving them the momentum to help them. So it's a 2 and a 4. 2 is a 3. 4 is a 1. Plus 1 is a 2. So the visitors win by 1. That is no action. Another minute off the clock. They're going to go 3-3, and they're going to go 2-2. 4:20 to go. And it's going to be a 4 versus a 3. So the Rangers win by 1, but again, no action. Big lull in things going on right now. 6 is going to be a 6. Versus a 5 plus 1. It's going to be a tie again. Hard play is going to go up by a D6. So it's going to go up to 5 points now. Whoops. Go back here. So do we flip one of these? I don't think we did. It's a 4 versus a 2. Plus 1 is a 3. So Rangers win by 1. And that is going to be a shot C. Their choice. Let's give it to Ron Durgay. And he's got it on net for a rebound. Let's see where the rebound goes. 15. Deflected around. We're going to be doing a rebound test. So, rebound test to see who gets it. We're going to look at 2 and 3. So 2 is a 6. 3 is a 3. So it's going to get the Rangers are going to get the rebound. So Rangers get the rebound. Another minute off the clock. We're going to go back to 1 and 1. There we go. 5-5's your score. 3:20 to go. Both teams with 2 goals in this period. And now we're going to look at 3 versus a 1 plus 1 is a 2. So they win by 1, but that again is no action. 6 versus a 5 plus 1 is a 6, which is another tie, which is another hard play. Hard play goes up by 3, so we're up to 8. Holy cow. It's getting towards the end of the period. Whoever takes a penalty is going to be sorry. It's a 6 versus a 2 plus 1 is a 3, so they're going to win by 3. That's a shot C to the centerman. That's Phil Esposito. He's a 4. Rolled a 17. Is it a save? It is a tough save. And a tough save of 9 says nice glove save over to defender. So another save. It's a 3 versus a 6 plus 1 is a 7. So they're going to win by 4, but that is a no action. Another minute off the clock. 2-2, 2-2. Who's going to score the next goal? Let's see. We need a 2, which is a 1. 3, which is a 6. Oh, boy, they're going to win by 5. That is going to be dominating play. They already have the momentum token. 5 versus a 5. That's a tie and another hard play, and it's going to go up to 9. So it's up to 9 now. So the penalty call is going to be huge now. Let's see. 5 is a 1. 3 is a 2 plus 1 is 3. So they win by 2, but it's a no action. Both teams playing defensively here with the tie ball game. 4 is a 1. 3 is a 4 plus 1 is a 5. They're going to win by 5. That's going to give you a shot A. Who's going to take this shot? It's going to be the left wing, Ted Boley. Ted Boley with the shot A. He's a 6. The home team. Oh, it's a 17. And a 10, which is a tough save by the goalie. Tough save of 19 means it's going to be a rebound check to see who gets the rebound. It's a 5 versus a 1. The Rangers get the rebound, so no extra play there. And they're going to bring in their ones. Just a minute left. Right. Let's see here. So 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. It's a 3 versus a 3 plus 1. So they're going to win by 1. That is no action. 1 minute to go in the third period. And it's going to be a 5 versus a 4. The Rangers are going to win by 1, and that is no action. And a 3 versus a 4 plus 1 is a 5. They're going to win by 2, which again is no action. There's going to be 1 point left in this game and the regulation. 2 is a 4 and 3 is a 2 plus 1 is 3. So the Rangers are going to win by 1, and that is going to be a play stoppage as time expires. In the third period, we go into sudden death overtime. Put 5 minutes on the clock. 5 minutes on the clock. We go to overtime. And we will go ahead and shuffle up these fast action cards. Yeah, this is just version 1 of the action cards. I just thought of it the other day and thought maybe some people might like to try fast action cards instead of using dice. I think, as I designed the fast action card to make them better, there's certain things I can do to make them better, I think. So 5 minutes overtime. 5-5. Last time I had a game live stream, it ended up a tie as well. Now that one ended up 1-1. This one's going to end up at least 5-5 or 6-5, one or the other. All right. Cut it a few more times. There we go. All right. Here we go. Overtime. 1-1, 1-1. We go to overtime, so they lose the momentum token. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see if one of these teams can win this one in overtime. Oh, I got it masked backwards. All right, here we go. And it's going to be, well, with that card, it's going to tell us what numbers to look up. So we're going to look at 1 and 6. It's a 3 versus a 1. So Rangers win by 2. That's no action. 6 versus a 5. They win by 1. That's going to be a shot B. It's going to go to the right wing. That's Hedberg. And he's going to miss it. And it's going to be an easy save by the goalie. And a 19 on the easy save says... save, puck bounces around for a rebound chance. So it's a 4 and a 1. 4 is a 5. 1 is a 2. So they're going to get the rebound. The Rangers get the rebound. Who gets the rebound? It's 6, their choice. Phil Esposito on the rebound. He's a 6. Oh, 16. So that one is going to be a wide. It goes wide of the net, which results in a 2, which is going to result in a play stoppage. All loose cards, and it resulted in a play stoppage. So new lines coming out. And here we go. It's going to be 5 and a 6. 6 and a 3. So they win by 3, but that is no action. 6 and 2. So they win by 4. That's going to be a shot C. Shot C by right wing. That's Ron Durgay. He's a 2. It's a 12 and a 6, which is going to be an easy save by Esposito. Easy save of 20 is going to go to off his glove and loses it in the crease. Another rebound chance. 1 is a 1. 5 is a 3. So fortunately the Blackhawks get the rebound. So no harm, no foul there. It's a 1 versus a 6. And Chicago wins big. But no action. That's another minute. Go back to 1-1, 1-1. 3 and a 2. 3 is a 3, 2. Rangers win by 1, which is a no action. And a 1 and a 1. So it's going to be a tie. It's going to be another hard play, which resets at every period. But it's going to go up 5 points. So it's up to 5 already. And 20 seconds off the clock, almost halfway through. It's a 5 and a 1. 5 is a 4. 1 is a 4. So 4-4 is a tie. Penalty, visitor. Possible penalty on visitor. And that's going to be the center. That's Phil Esposito. He's a 3. And we rolled a 15. So no penalty on the visitors. And another 20 seconds on the clock, so 2:20 to go. Yeah. 3 and a 3 is a 2, so 3 versus 2. It's going to give the Rangers 1. Winners by 1 are going to get, oh boy, they're going to get an odd man rush. And they're going to get a shot A and the momentum token as they outplay the Blackhawks badly. And so they're going to get an odd man rush. It's a 2-on-1. So the 2 players on the odd man rush are a 4, which is Mike McEwen, and their choice. So it's going to be Phil Esposito and Mike McEwen. Esposito from McEwen. Esposito with the shot. He is a 6. 17 and a 5. It's an easy save by Tony Esposito. Easy save, which results in a 13, which is going to be blockered into corner, and there's 2 minutes to go. And new lines come out. And it's going to be 4 to 3. 4 is a 1. 3 is a 2. So it's going to be a tie. Offsides play stoppage. So time would go off. Again, boom. Keep the same lines out there. 2, which is a 4 and a 4. So it's another tie. Off stick, out of play. So another 20 seconds. And with a minute and 20... You're going to put the 1 lines out there. See if someone can pick up this score. It's a 4 to 3. 4 is a 2. 3 versus a 5. So the Blackhawks are going to win by 2, which is going to give them a shot C to the left wing Marks. He's a 3. And they rolled a 10, so it's not in. And a 12 is going to be a wide shot. The missed shot of 4 is going to be high and right and goes to the glass. And there's 1 minute, 3 plays left in this game. And it is 2 and a 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. And a 4 is a 1. So they're going to win by 3, 4 to 1. So they're going to win by 3, but that is no action. 2 plays left. 3 plus 1 is 4 versus 6. So the Blackhawks are going to win by 2. They're going to get shot C. Their choice. It's going to be JP Boderell. And he rolled a 16, so it's not a goal. And it's going to be an easy save by Dwayne Thomas. And an easy save of 14 is going to be off the shoulder, over the net. Last play. Who's going to get the advantage? 3, which is a 1. 2, which is a 6. Oh, the Blackhawks won by 5, but that is going to be a play stoppage, actually. So 1 play left after a play stoppage. There we go. Last play. Here we go. Who's going to win it? We're going to look at 2, which is a 3. We're going to look at 3, which is a 4. He gets a +1. So it's a 3 plus 1 is a 4. And 4 versus 4 is puck goes into stands, and that's going to do it, as neither team can score in the 5-minute overtime. And we're going to end this one in regulation 5-5. Both teams, I believe, both teams had a 2-goal lead in this game. And at one point it was 2-0 Chicago. And then that ended up being 3-3. And then maybe Chicago had the lead twice, and the Rangers came back both times. I have to remember. But there you go. That is matchup hockey with the fast action cards. I already see, this is first time testing it, and I kind of like the flow of the fast action cards. Because it's easier than, you can see, okay, flip up a card. You can see what the shooter, you can see what the goalie, just flip up a card. When you're rolling all the dice, you got to kind of, you got like, it's like, you got to find okay, now what's his rating and all that. So when you have like one thing, you can look it up. It's definitely, I definitely see that. Some of the other things I can do is I can actually put the random player position on here as well. So that's one thing. It's kind of hard to figure out, because you got to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's this number, or 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm trying to keep it, random instead of flipping a lot of cards. I mean, I could just say, okay, well, this is a 6 and this is a 5. They win by 1, but then you're constantly flipping cards. I don't know which is easier. That actually might be easier than doing it the way I'm doing it, because right now what you have to do is you got to go, okay, it's a 5 and a 3. So the next card I got to look at 5 and I got to look at 3. In this case, I could just, like I said, I could just, okay, God damn it, backwards, turn around. Right. I could just say, okay, so the visitors rolled a 2, the home team rolled a 4, it's a +2. And, and then I can look and say, okay, a +2 is going to be dominating play or whatever the result is. Might make it actually a little bit easier than trying to look at the columns. I thought the columns would be, with the random numbers and different positions might be a good idea. But I think, it's not that hard to flip up. It's a 2 versus a 4. That's a +2. +2 is going to be dominating play. They would get the momentum token, whatever, or, blah, blah, blah. The next play would be a 1 versus a 4. The Blackhawks are going to win by 3, so that's going to be a possible penalty to their opponent. And the penalty is going to be on so-and-so. It's going to be the left wing, which is Pat Hickey. Random numbers of 15. So it's no penalty. Their shot on goal is going to be to player 6, which is choice. But again, I could make that. So, I mean, there's still a lot of things I can do. Oops, make sure I'm putting these back in correctly. There's still some things. I mean, the more I play it, there's more I see what I need to fix and adjustments I need to make. I think the chart is coming along really well. I think there needs to be on major penalties. There still has to be a chance of getting a minor penalty, because otherwise you're going to have way too many major penalties that aren't fights. So that'll help fix that problem. I want to make a bigger difference between, the farther you go up the chart, the better your results should be. And if you dominate play by like 4 or 5, you should have, like for example, if you win by 1, you get no action from 1 to 10. And from 2, it's no action from 1 to 9, 1 to 8, 1 to 7, 1 to 6. So you basically go down 5% chance every time you go up. So a difference between a +1 and a +5 is only going to be 5, 10, 15, 20%. And you still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So you still have a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30% chance of actually nothing happened, even though you won by 5. Winning by 5 should not be that common because, if you take 2 6-sided dice, right? To win by 5, one side's got to roll a 6 and the other side's got to roll a 1. That's the only way to do it. Unless, of course, you add the momentum token or you have the power plays. Now that can adjust things and make it a little bit easier. So yeah, I'm still working on all the momentum thing. I'm working out this token. I'm working out all that stuff. So I do think the fast action cards definitely help. I think they can make things really good. I think like I said, I think looking at just the one number. Okay, it's a 2 for the visitors. Or, looking at even better would probably just look at the random number at the bottom, right? So if I look at the random number at the bottom, it's a D3, so 3 for the Rangers, 4 for the home team. They win by 1. It's going to be shot A. It's going to go to the right wing. He rolled a 16 for the home team got a 13. So, and he's going to miss the net. And that's another thing I can put on here is, if the shot isn't within range, which a lot of times it's not going to be within shot of the shooting range. It's designed to not be. It's designed to be, the very small numbers to force the goalie to have it, to make the save. So when they get it within range, the goalie has to make a big save or it's going to be a goal. So these numbers are really low. 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. That's probably the highest is a 7 for these two teams. So I'm still adjusting the numbers. I'm still adjusting everything, but I think if it's not within range, I could put on here. If it's not within range, right, I could just put on here the result of what happens. Either goalie saves it, or there's a rebound chance, or whatever. And then I could have a rebound line on here as well. So these are all things. These are, like I said, version 1 of the fast action deck. But until you actually play it, you don't think of all these, this is what could happen or this is what should happen until you actually, okay. Yeah, this it's a lot of work because you're looking at 3 and 5. So you're like 3 and 5, that's a 3 and that's a 5. And so now you got to try and remember all those numbers and remember the adjustments and everything when it would be a lot easier just to go, visitor rolled a 3, home team rolled a 4. That's a +1. Plus you got the numbers right down there at the bottom. It does take an extra second to flip up a card, but I think that would be, that's not that bad actually. I think, if you didn't want to do that, you could just roll the dice, right? Okay. Home team 1 by 2, like 3 versus 1. And then you just flip up the card to see what happens on the winner 1 by 2. You just flip up the card for that. So you can play a combination with dice and the fast action cards if you didn't want to flip up a fast action card for that. The thing that I can't do is put the matchup result winner on the same card. Like I can't say this team wins 3-2. I can't because that would create way too many cards in the fast action deck. Because you'd have to have results for every one of these 125 or 120 plays, but you'd have to have all 36 dice rolls for each one of these plays, which would create 36 times 120 plays, and that would be like 1,000 cards. So yeah, that's not going to happen. So but I can simply put a random d6 on the bottom and you can flip it up and go, okay, the first team rolled a 6, visitor rolled a 6, the home team rolled a 4. It only takes you 2 seconds to do that, so that's not bad. All right, lots to think about, lots to do. But the more we play, the more we learn, the more we analyze, the more we see things, the more we can fix things. So thanks to everyone for coming out. Mr. Mosley, what's going on? Hopefully you enjoyed our 5-5 overtime tie. Ooh, forgot to change to overtime there. But a 5-5 score. That's crazy. That's the second one for me in a row now that has actually ended in a tie, believe it or not. The other one ended in a 1-1 tie, and that was the Toronto and Boston. Alrighty, guys. Well, we'll see you all next time. Hopefully, you guys enjoy. If you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, leave them below. Otherwise, we'll see you all next time. Take care, guys.